Hello, Bristol Reggae Orchestra. Hope you're doing well. You are looking fantastic today. All right, welcome to theory time number 1. Yeah, I put the call out over email. Do you want theory? 13 yeses came back, so I'm super stoked that you want to know some theory. The vision for these videos is to get you to a place where you have a theoretical foundation to know what scale material to choose when doing improvising solos. So between me and Alan, there'll be no more excuses for you that you don't know what to play on a solo. Nice but savage at the same time. Yeah. It's a wide range of skills in the orchestra, so some of this will be too easy and some of this will be super useful. Even if it is too easy, I'm going to drop some advanced tips here, there, and everywhere, so stay tuned. Probably not in this video, but probably in the next one. After some feedback from your lovely selves, we're going to cover things like intervals, rhythm, modes, chords, scales. Chords is the big thing that I wanted to get to, so I really love that people came back and said, chords. So this is super great. So a few disclaimers before we get going today. 1, I don't know everything. 2, these videos are a multivitamin. A great boost, but not a replacement for your balanced diet. Now, a lot of the jazz theory stuff, it just goes too far for reggae context purposes, and we just don't need it. So we'll cut a lot of things out, but of course, if there's something that we cover and you want to more depth, just tell me, feed it back, send me an email and be like, yo, cover this please. Great. So today we're going to be covering intervals. So let's go. We have an octave. It's divided into 12 equal parts called semitones. A semitone, a half tone, a half step all mean the same thing, right? So there's a whole bunch of octaves, There's a whole bunch of intervals within one octave, as you see here. In the descriptions, I'll put links to all of these charts and things. You can go and get them for yourself. So basically, we can divide any interval into its number of semitones. So here's the cool part where we cut your workload down. You don't need to remember all of these things. You just need to remember 2, which have been the most helpful to me in my journey thus far. That is the minor third and the major third. Okay, so a minor third is 3 semitones. A major third is 4 semitones. Almost made a mistake there, but that's right. So why are these more important than the others? Because these thirds, when we stack them on top of each other, is how we build chords. And that's where we want to go in the future. So you'll be able to build a chord on any note, any chord quality. Other cool uses for thirds is the difference between a major and a minor relative key, right? So we have C major's relative is A minor, and they are a minor third apart. So you can easily find majors and minors. It gives you an easier way to think about things. What's E minor? Or let's go up a minor third to G. Oh, it's G major. Okay, it makes it easier. Sometimes easier to conceptualize those things. Some more notes about intervals. You've probably heard of the circle of fifths by now. It's the circle of fifths one way, and it's actually the circle of fourths the other way. This is a good way to know all of your fifth intervals, okay? Also a good chart to remember how many flats are in the key signatures, what the key signatures look like. Again, link down below for this chart, but you can find them anywhere. Use this, learn it, know it, it'll help. So intervals in regards to ear training now. So at least in the start, to learn hearing different intervals, an okay way, I'm not sure how much I agree with it to be honest, but an okay way to get started is to find a song in which the interval occurs in the first few notes. And it's helpful to do these songs that you know, things like Kinderlieder, kid songs. Mental blank, man, come on. It's fucking hard studying in German. Anyway, folk songs, songs you've grown up with, all these kind of things. They'll start with a couple of notes, and you can find a whole list on the internet of songs that start with such an interval. Over the Rainbow starts with an octave. Star Wars starts with a perfect fifth. So does Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. For me, the perfect fourth interval is the start of the Australian national anthem. Boo, ba, boo. do, fa, do, la. Not a singer. And so there's whole lists of songs. It's best if you get something that's sort of personal to you, because that'll make the recognition much easier. Now, there's another school of thought which you should learn the intervals just by their kind of characteristic, what kind of feel they give you, what if emotion or characteristic you feel when you hear these intervals. Does it sound twingy, dissonant, or is it nice and consonant? And that's a better way to learn these intervals by ear, but it takes a much longer time. So for our purposes, you just grab a few intervals. You know, the thirds are good, fourths, fifths, octave, minor seventh is quite nice. Watermelon Man starts with a minor seventh backwards, which is a cool thing. There is a limitation to some of these methods, because once you get intervals in context, like a melody or something, these systems, they start to break down, and this is where the characteristic or emotional contextualization of the interval is much better, because you can't be thinking about songs when your interval is in the middle of a melody or something. It just becomes super cumbersome super quickly. You're going to get a task, eine Übung, every video, mainly. So you know your chromatic scale, you know your instrument. I want you to tell me, if you take an A flat, what is a minor third above A flat? And then what is a major third above that? 3 magical notes. I want you to email me, tell me what they are. All right, easy one for today, but of course it's not easy if you've never done it before. So as a cool aside, there is a branch of music which has gotten more popularity in the last 5 years, and it's called microtonal. This music is where the octave is not divided into 12 nice, lovely, equal parts that we know and love. It's divided into 7 or 8 or 11 or 17, whatever, obviously electronically. So we get some crazy notes like C sharp and a quarter or whatever, you know, in between notes. And it messes with you when you first hear it, but I know you come to love it after a little while. So that's it for today. Next time's going to be rhythm, have some cool exercises and whatnot. Smash that like button to encourage me to make more videos and cooler content for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now, guys. Tschüss.